Hey everybody, Nerdy Transformed here again, and today I'm reviewing the Transformers 2010 Reveal the Shield Perceptor. As you can see, Perceptor is a deluxe class. He is a half-track vehicle, which they don't produce anymore apparently, where he has a kind of a Jeep kind of vehicle at the front, but then he has tracks at the back, making him kind of all-terrain, which kind of makes sense for his character since he is a scientist. In the show, he was just a scientist, and he kind of replaced Ratchet and Wheeljack in season 3 since they died in the movie. So, yeah, that's Perceptor. He is supposed to be a microscope, but I guess since they can't just have all the G1 vehicles and G1 alt modes, they gave him a exploration vehicle. For size comparison. Here he is next to Combine War Streetwise and Transformers RAD Strong Arm. So, yeah, about the same size deluxes have always been. But it is a very nice looking vehicle mode, although I do question the yellow windows. Why piss yellow? I don't know. Headlights I understand, but why the windows? Especially when the windows in the back are painted gray where they don't match. He does also have these headlights, which of course basically just act to hide his head. And if you look at the front, you can see those shoulders sticking out underneath. Although if you look at it from here, you don't really see them, which is kind of nice. And you can also see his arms sticking out from under here. But again, with how low the vehicle hangs, it actually does hide it pretty well. I do like the paint with the grill and the... Or is the grill painted as a separate piece? It's hard to tell. And we also have this. You can flip this around and point it forward for a weapon, or you can just pretend it's his microscope. You can be scanning something, whatever you prefer. Since his headlights, his strobe lights, no, his overhead lights transform into his microscope. And we have MR51409, which the only reference this seems to be is to one of the creator's daughter's birthday. So I guess May 14th, 2009. What, she'd be like 7 years old now? Something like that? 7.5? But yeah, that's his vehicle mode. And there is some nice paint and sculpting on the treads. They do look really nice. So he's a really nice little vehicle. Now for the transformation, which is the infamous part of this figure. I'm not even sure where to start with this, but how I usually start is by coming under and grabbing the arms. They're not clipped in really, they just kind of hang under there. Grab the arms. And also bring them down on these on their, I guess, hinges or swivels. Go ahead and unpeg them from each other, and you'll have the wheels start to flip in. When you have them halfway flipped in, you'll want to grab these and swivel them around. Yeah, this is really complicated. Swivel it around and then finish flipping the wheel out to where you have the arm forward. This is stupidly complicated as they were still kind of doing the Revenge of the Fallen thing. Like I said, swivel around. Finish flipping the wheel in. These are just stupidly complicated due to all the Revenge of the Fallen stuff. Now you're gonna come under here. Let's see, it's actually attached to these clips. And when you do that, that loosens up the front of the vehicle, as well as pops this off, the windshield off. Go ahead and take the windshield and you go ahead and fold it down onto the top of the grill, where it'll stay as back kibble. And the arms and the bumper are just kind of going to hang there. Because now we're going to come to the back. And first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and grab this and rotate it out of the way. Come to the back, flip it up, and you can see everything inside. That's so everything's crammed in there too. Flip them up on their double hinges, and there's two pegs here. There's two peg holes here. There's two tabs here. You might not be able to tab them in. I don't think you can tab them in yet, but you'll tab them in a minute. Go ahead and come in here and grab the feet. There's a variety of ways you can fold them up in there. I just find it easiest to fold them that way. Rotate them around, bring them forward, flatten them out. So there's his feet. Go ahead and grab the whole thing in the back. Just start splitting it. You'll see how complex this is. You have to keep doing like half steps. And you do have to split this before pulling it back, as they're actually locked onto either side of the centerpiece here. There we go. That one's actually pegged into there. Right in there. And there's actually a lot of stress in that peg too, on that little tab. So go ahead and take these, tab them down to form his knees. It can be kind of hard to see. There we go. And you see basically these are going to form his legs. Bring them down. Might not be able to unbend them yet. Good, just have to get them down. And of course, you gotta bring this down to plug his crotch into place. There's a lot of work you have to do with this guy. It's really stupidly hard to transform him. Go ahead. These are actually on a slide. You want to slide it forward until it clicks. And they're actually clicked in going the other way too, so you gotta pull them out of that click and bring them forward until they click into this place. Okay. Unbend the leg a little bit. These treads actually pop off, flip around to the inside of the leg, and then they're also on the slider. You want to slide that down. Then you're going to grab this piece. It slides down, flips in, and there's a tab hole right here, and there's a tab on the inside of the tread right there. See those two blue pieces right there will tab together, and that will hold the tread in place. And then you can finally unbend the leg. All of that before you can unbend the knee fully. Like I said, stupidly complicated, even for a movie toy. So like I said, start to unbend the knee. Take the tread, flip it in. I can show you the slider right here. Slide it down, flip the tread in. Slide this down, and it's going to be loose when you slide it down. Kind of just gotta have plastic move against plastic. Fold it in as much as you can, and then tab it to the tread, and then straighten out the leg. Oh boy. This is one of the weirdest parts that just really does not want to work sometimes. This little white piece you're going to want to push up, and it's connected to the head, so as you're pushing up, it'll push the head up. And you gotta make sure it clicks in just right with the arms so they don't get in each other's way. There. And there's the head. The arms, go ahead and make sure you split them out a little bit. Take this backpack piece, kind of just fold it up in. It doesn't really click in anywhere, which is weird because it does have this little red tab in there, and there is a tab hole in the back here, as you can see right on that black piece. So you would think you would just simply tab those together, but that doesn't quite work as the arms don't go high enough. So what you instead gotta do is have it like this, and then just hope they stay up, and then rotate the arms up as high as you can. And then adjust them, and swivel the hands around. Okay. And yeah, that backpack does not lock in really, it just kind of friction holds there, which is not good on a transformer. And then the last thing you're gonna do is flip this down, go ahead and extend it, flip the other two headlights back to give them this microscope, or a microscope-like thing. And there, finally, you have revealed the shield Perceptor in robot mode. Alright, now we find Perceptor in robot mode. Did you see how complex that transformation was? It took me a good 5 minutes to do it, and that's not because I was doing it on camera. Even in person, it's really, really difficult to do this transformation. But here we do finally have him in robot mode, and he's not bad looking. I do think his legs are a little too long. They're a little too lanky, especially when they get like big and heavy near the bottom. And I do wish this actually clipped in somehow. Maybe there is a piece I'm missing, but I don't see anything. And the clip that is there does not... I mean, you can see it goes in, deep in there. That tab does go into that black slot, but it doesn't actually hold. It just sits there. So that tab is useless. One thing you might notice is that he does have the microscope kind of dials from his original G1 mode, and they have these little clips on them. If you remember back in 2010, they still had the clip system going for Dark of the Moon and plenty of other 2010 figures. So if you happen to have one of those, you can clip a weapon onto one of his dials here. And as for the reveal the shield gimmick, his chest does flip down, and you can rub this little symbol on his chest to get the... See, he's an Autobot. He's the Autobot scientist. Never really cared much for the reveal the shield gimmick. I get it's a G1 thing, but even in G1, I didn't really care for it. It's not even really a gimmick, it's just an excuse not to use a bunch of Autobot symbols. I mean, we know, just from the character, we usually know what if he's an Autobot or Decepticon. And you might also notice he has quite a few chromed parts, as with his chest, with the dials, and of course with his microscope gun. So he does have some chrome going for him to kind of liven things up, I guess, and to match his G1 character. And I do like they actually do have the fold-down chest. Although this just makes me really think of Soundwave. And when we have the out over-the-shoulder cannon, we have the fold-down chest. I'm surprised they didn't remold him in the Soundwave. So yeah, that transformation. For size comparison, here he is with Combined War Streetwise. And RID Strongarm, who makes Perceptor the tallest one now, when he had kind of the medium-sized vehicle between these three. So let's get these two out of here. And focus on Perceptor. He does have a lot of interesting sculpting, but a lot of it, reminds me more of the movie toys rather than Perceptor. Just a lot of these extra details all in here. They do look nice though. They are nice, and they are nicely painted here. His legs are basically just vehicle junk all folded up, and it does not look good. I'll be honest, that looks like crap. The backpack's not too bad, but it just doesn't lock in. It's attached to his arms, so his arms don't click in there. They're just hanging here. Like, why wouldn't they want the arms to click into something? Like, they just simply put a clip here for the arms to click into. It would fix this whole backpack problem, because at least then the arms would hold the backpack up. It would probably cause some stress there, but if they use a good plastic, it would be fine. But no, we just have arms floating in space. I mean, if you press the arms in, it doesn't look, they look like they're attached. But it really doesn't help much. I mean, because still, the moment this backpack lets go, his arms start slouching off, falling off his body. So, good engineering there, Hasbro. Make him overcomplicate, but then don't even have him hold together. Also, can we talk about this face? He does have light piping in the back of his head, so he looks kind of dead-eyed right now. But can we talk about this face right here? Oh my god, let's see if we can get the camera to focus on it. No, camera does not want to focus today on the face. I can't say I blame it. Basically, his face just looks... He looks like he just smelled something really awful. He just has this most basic look, and I don't mean like his face is not doing anything. I mean, there is you want to see a war-ready face, you know, look at Streetwise here. He's just ready to, he's just sitting there waiting for orders. This face is more like, his mouth is as straight as possible, but it's low enough that it makes it look like, I don't know, it's such an odd face for Perceptor to make. If it was like maybe Ironhide or something, I wouldn't care as much, but with Perceptor, it just looks so odd. It just looks weird. His mouth just doesn't look right. I'm not sure if that's coming off on camera right, but yeah, it's just a really odd face sculpt. The face looks fine, it's more of just the expression they gave him. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Doc Brown from Back to the Future going, "Great Scott!" Maybe that's what they were going for. Anyway, I'm just being silly now. For his microscope, you can flip up this little targeting reticle, so you can target and shoot things with his microscope or with his cannon. I guess it is supposed to be a cannon, whichever way you prefer. And due to this, you can transform him in certain ways to make him look like a microscope. I have tried that. It looks okay. And you can also have this open up, and you could use this as like an examining table if you so prefer. You can get him posed for it, but his head's not ball jointed, so it really doesn't work. I mean, it could work for a pose for the most part until you realize he's not looking down at his examining tray, so it doesn't quite work. I always kind of thought of it like kind of like Swindle, where you could like he could reach open, pull into it, and then pull something out of it. Anyway, let's talk about his articulation. His head is on a swivel. It doesn't go far, but it does its job. It does enough that you can get have him looking to the left and right. It does more than Titan's Return Galvatron, certainly. You do get a ball joint at the shoulder. You do get a swivel. Get a hinge. It does go a little past 90 degrees. That's probably about, what, 110? And you do get a swivel at the hand, which is nice. We don't see hand swivels much anymore. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately, due to how it transforms. You do get ball joints, though, at the legs, although they aren't very strong. Not quite as bad as Skull Cruncher or Skull Smasher, but it's still not good. This one, yeah, no, his leg's just too heavy. He did get a swivel though. Wait, does he hold it forward? He does hold it going forward, okay. He just doesn't have much good resist. That's actually kind of sad, isn't it? Oh my god, why? Swivel. Just under 90 degrees on the knee. And you do get the ball jointed foot, so you actually do get a little bit of movement. Unfortunately, you don't really get any you don't really get any pivot. You just get very slight amount of pivot. But you do get fully movement going this way. But that really doesn't do much because all the crap right behind it. But you could get something like this going. So you could just use it to adjust for his some wider poses. But yeah, overall, that's Reveal the Shield Perceptor. Do I recommend them? It's one of those figures I'm really in the middle on, because I do like this robot mode, and I do like his vehicle. Well, I like his robot mode I like the look of his robot mode, and I do like his vehicle mode. But that transformation, man, that transformation is probably one of the worst transformations I've ever seen. And it's not just because it's complex, it's because it doesn't hold together in both modes. I've actually had some problems with the vehicle mode holding together too, but robot mode especially, because, I mean, yeah, there goes his arms. Decepticons, you don't even have to hit him, just punch his shoulder or something, and his arms just eject themselves from him. He's armless. He's an armless scientist. Not very scared, not very threatening. And yeah, he can't. Yeah. You do that, Perceptor. You just do that. So yeah, I would not. If you do want to get all the season 2 and 3 Transformers, I would recommend him. But like I said, transformation is not great. The robot mode does not really look good from all directions, and it doesn't hold together the best. And that face really does kind of ruin it for me. So no, I can't particularly recommend him. If you see him for like 10 or 15 bucks, I guess pick him up. Or if you, like I said, if you really just need a Perceptor in your collection. Honestly, I'm hoping Hasbro or Takara makes a new Perceptor with Titan's Return or something. Or maybe, hopefully, a third party comes out with some kind of classic scale one. So, yeah. If you really need a Perceptor for your Classics collection or Generations collection, he's pretty much your only choice. But other than that, no, I don't really recommend him. So, I'm very transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed it more than I enjoyed this figure. And I hope you have a nice day. Take care.